This is going to be stellar, off the hook.
Yes. Historical, legendary,
Keep
biblical.
going, keep going.
Absolutely.
It's going to be 10x.
History setting. It's okay. Yes. 1000x. Max optimization.
It's going to be contagious.
It's going to be viral.
It's going to be COVID-19 all over again.
Plandemic on crack.
It's going to be systematic.
It's going to be systemic.
Oh, I was thinking about systemic. I just mispronounced it. It's going to be like bad schooling.
That's right. Oh, man.
Yeah.
We rolling? Rolling. All right, give me a countdown.
We're at in 5.
Why you start at 5, man? You could have started at 3.
I could.
Let's start at 3.
All right. 3.5. 2.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Justus Smith with Proverbs Media Group coming to you live from CPAC 2025 in Washington, D.C. And today I have one of my favorite guests, Mr. Grant Cardone.
Great to be here with you, man. Thank you for grabbing me.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure to have you here.
This is the first CPAC I've ever been to.
Yeah?
I've never been a political person. I mean, I vote, but I've never gotten actively involved. I have pulled for Donald Trump now for 4 or 5 years. I was very verbal about that on my social media, but I've never been involved collectively networking with political people. So my wife bought tickets to this. I'm like, why you got to buy tickets? They would have given these tickets to me. And number one, and then she bailed out on me and said, you're still going. And I had to roll with my vice president of my Cardone Capital Company, Ryan Secco.
Yeah, so I want to know what initially pulled you to become more involved in politics.
Well, look, I mean, politics for me is not, when I was growing up, my mom told me, I was raised by a single mom. She's like, don't talk about religion, don't talk about money, and never talk about politics.
You do not talk about Fight Club.
And my mom, as much as I love my mom and she's a great mom, half of the things she told me not to do or to do were right, but the other half were wrong. Today, here in 2025, if you're not looking at politics, you're going to get punished financially because you're probably on the wrong end of voting for something that might not benefit you and your family long-term financially. Here we look up today, if you're an achiever, an accomplished person, work hard, if you even make $80,000 or $100,000 a year, you're paying half to the federal government, probably 10 or 15% to the local government, and you hadn't bought anything yet. Then you go buy something, you're going to pay again. You die, you're going to pay again. You invest, you're going to pay again. It's like, if you're not looking at your politics right now, you're not taking care of your personal finances.
So, Grant, how do I evade taxes?
Well, you don't evade taxes, okay? And nobody should have to evade taxes, okay? What you do is you defer taxes by making investments today. But here's the problem, okay? You wanted to talk about CIA mind control and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, you don't need to talk about the CIA, bro. Let's just talk about the hypnotism, the mind control that's going on with 350 million people. Don't even need the CIA to do it. For instance, the federal government takes in about $5 trillion a year via the IRS. If I have my numbers right, 2 trillion of that, 2 trillion, a little more than 2 trillion is from income taxes. 1.8 trillion is from Social Security withholding, payroll withholding. 10%, 500 billion. You tracking with me here? You should be good at math.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm Korean.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So 500 billion is penalties, man. Now, number one, we shouldn't have any taxes in this country. Zero. Should be zero taxes, zero federal. Let the state decide if the state wants to charge, and then the people can decide whether they want to live in that state. If you're in Florida, it would be zero state, zero federal, okay? And then they could always charge property taxes. But there shouldn't be death taxes, estate taxes, gift taxes. There should be taxes on consumption. If I go decide to buy a $300 microphone, I should pay taxes on that. That's my choice. But when I go earn money, I'm driving the economy, okay? So if you give me, if these people in this room were able to keep $2 trillion, how many of you'd like to not pay taxes, federal taxes? Okay, boom, they're like, let's go, man, because it would put money back in their families' pockets. They would then go into the marketplace and buy and invest. So number one, we should not have to evade taxes because we shouldn't have any taxes. Number two, by the way, our economy would explode. Okay, now for those patriots in the room, how many patriots? Some of these guys are so freaking brainwashed that they're like, oh no, I'm a good American, I'm a patriot, I gotta pay taxes. How else could we have a military? We have to have taxes. We're not gonna be able to have roads and streets and schools. Your roads and streets and schools are already deteriorating. The money's not making it to it, so stop the madness, okay? The military should be funded from printing, not taxing. Because right now we're doing both. I tax you and then I print. The printing is worse than the taxing, by the way. So if you're going to do both, then you're going to kill the country. That's what's happening. So do one of them. Don't tax the people. You don't have to evade taxes because I didn't get any, okay? Because right now the way the system works is the wealthy people get all the deferral taxes. You have to be rich to defer your taxes because you have to have money to do it.
That's excellent advice. I will choose not to evade my taxes this year.
Yeah, it's best to earn a lot of money, pay a little bit if you have to, don't go to prison. Prison's just not a good thing. It's not in the Proverbs.
At all.
Going to prison will enhance you. It's not a proverb.
No, that's absolutely right. So as a young man that has, for the first time in his life, came into wealth, and nothing crazy.
How much wealth? How much wealth are we talking about?
I don't know if I should say it in front of
everyone. I want
everyone.
to see how big your W is.
I'll say 6 figures.
6 figures?
Yeah, 6 figures.
You see, that.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
No, bro, it's nothing.
I have enough
it's
to
nothing.
jump.
You're that far from poverty.
Yeah.
I do live in the trailer with my mom.
And look, everybody needs to understand, the American people, politicians need to start telling people the truth.
Mm-hmm. Tell the truth.
You cannot, what is the middle class?
Right.
What is the wealthy? What is rich? We need to clearly define these for 350 million people,
yes,
so people aren't running around misinformed. Because right now we're being told if you got a couple $100,000, you compare yourself to somebody in some other third world country and you're like,
right,
dude, I'm good. I'm much better off than where I came from, or I'm much better off than my father or my grand. And it looks good until they inflate you, tax you, screw you.
That's right.
So, bro, you got to stay close to me because you ain't good now.
I would like to.
I want to help you start stacking and racking.
I'm trying to stack and rack.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, you got to, like.
What's the next step for me?
You got to invest that $100,000 and go back to zero.
Got it.
You should automatically take the 100 that you have, cash is trash, convert it to something that's more valuable than your trash, convert it, go back to zero again, and start over again. And you just keep doing that. I've been doing that since I was 35 years old. I'd get some money. Fiat. It used to be valuable. Today is worth like almost nothing. So I got to get it, or I got to get more of it. As soon as I get it, I basically go back to zero again. I take it, convert it into a piece of real estate, and then go back and start from zero. I never improved my lifestyle from earned income. I only improved my lifestyle when it's coming through the investments that I made in the second step.
Absolutely. So,
and the government should be informing people of this. See, I wrote Donald Trump a letter and said, look, let me run your wealth, make America wealthy again, okay? And we're going to educate every American on how to get super rich, not how to get out of college, not how to get a degree. What if we educated all of America for free, by the way, how to get super wealthy? And then let the people decide, you want to take that track or not? If you don't want to do it, you don't want to work, we gave you the information, we gave you the technology, and we gave it to you for free.
Absolutely.
Be a government program. Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon would be forced to push it on their pages.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So at this current time...
This guy's good, huh? This guy's a very good interviewer.
It takes one to know one. So I got to ask, what do you think is the most valuable asset I could have right now?
Well, number one most valuable asset you have, bro, is belief in yourself.
Oh, I believe myself.
Yeah, but at what level?
At the highest level.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, now compare your belief in you to my belief in me.
Yes.
Rate yourself.
1,000.
Well, what am I?
1,000.
Oh, so you're right there with me.
Yes. I'm just,
Bro,
I
you're
just haven't
delusional.
walked the Odyssey yet.
Huh?
I haven't walked the journey yet.
What, dude? I mean,
I'm beginning my dinner. I'm at the beginning of my Odyssey. I've just gotten on the boats.
Yeah.
Heading to the
Yeah,
island.
I get it. So you have belief, but no
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
So I have belief and experience.
Exactly.
You understand?
Okay,
But
actually,
here's the
let me
deal,
humble
dude. You
myself.
can't
I'm at
rate yourself
900.
the same as me.
You're right. You're right.
My daughter just got her driver's license.
Yes.
She's getting pretty good after 3 weeks, right? She whips into the freaking drive, to park in the car, and she's like, "I'm really getting good." I said, "How would you rate yourself?" She's like, "Oh, like an 8." I said, "What do you rate me?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay, so I'm a 2."
Right.
She is a 2 based on the other rating.
Yes.
So you always want to rate yourself against greatness. I'm not saying me,
Yes.
right? I'm just saying you want to rate yourself against
Yes.
another target and be honest about that.
Yes. Absolutely. I'm like Shakespeare before writing
You got
Romeo and
potential.
Juliet.
You have potential.
Yes. I'm on the cusp.
You're a piece of
I
coal.
can taste
You're
it.
not on the cusp.
No.
Dude, you're miles away.
I
years.
got that.
How old are you?
I'm ready to run. I'm 27.
Yeah, dude, you're like, we got to get you in the right vehicle.
Yes.
And in the right direction.
Let's
you
do it.
You have the fuel.
Yes.
But you got to get more than confidence. It takes
Yes.
more than confidence. So the most important thing you can invest in is you,
Yes.
right? But you can't. Why would you invest in you if you already rate yourself as 1,000?
I want to be 10,000.
Okay, all right.
I got a 10X it.
Yeah, I know, but you know, we got to set targets that are achievable.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
like California.
Sure.
Let's talk about California.
Let's do it.
So when I saw the fires happen in California, I think the fires in California, is this a political show?
It can be.
Yeah.
We touch a lot of
I
subjects.
think the fires in California are the biggest opportunity served up to the Republican Party since they attempted to arrest, convict, and then assassinate Donald Trump.
Got it.
I think the fires for the Republican Party, will continue to offer opportunities for the next 18 months to put the light on the Democratic Party's incompetency because they've mishandled these fires.
Right.
And they've let down their voter base, 40 million people.
Right. Yeah, it's a terrible mismanagement of funds. We really have to do something about it.
It's a mismanagement of priorities.
Absolutely.
So, right, they had a priority for homeless people rather than homeowners,
Sure.
for rodents rather than residents.
Yes. Do you think this boils down to evil or incompetence?
Well, that's a good question. The question's always, hey, if a person comes to steal from you and they intentionally want to steal from you, is that worse than the person that just accidentally let money run out of your company? I would say that the intentional evil is less dangerous than the incompetence. Because incompetence, you can explain it, right? Your parents probably did this with you. It's just Justin. He's just young, But you can explain incompetence away, and you tend to want to confront evil, right? And so I would say that we would end up picking the wrong targets in California and would say it was Newsom and Bass. And the truth is it's not Newsom and Bass. It's the Coastal Commission. It's the environmental groups and a party of people underneath them. So if you got rid of those two, you would still have the problem.
Yes, absolutely. So what if you could have totalitarian power over the entire country for one day? Absolute sovereign dictator. Yeah. What would you do with that power?
Only for one day?
One day.
You mean I don't have it tomorrow?
No.
But I can pass all these laws. Do the
Yes.
laws stick?
They'll stick.
They stick.
Forever.
Okay, good. So I would. Interesting. I would. I've never thought about this much power. I would immediately take taxes to zero. I would not give. I would not give drug addicts drugs.
Yeah.
Okay. And the Congress and Senate, basically, their drug is money.
Yeah.
Endless amounts of money forever. Just taxing and printing. So first thing I would do is go to zero. I would print on demand. I know people don't like to print money, but they're doing it to you now. So we would print, and the people would have to approve it.
Wow.
So if we wanted to go to Ukraine, they'd have to go to the people and say, we need $250 billion. We want to go to Ukraine. Let the people vote.
Yes.
And the people are like, nah, I don't think so, bruh. Because
Right.
it's going to devalue my savings and my investments. So that's the first thing I do. I think I would absolutely make Family Month. I would give families a month The gays have a
Absolutely.
month. I would I'd have family month.
Yes.
Celebrate family month.
Yes.
I'd have a celebrate vet month.
Yes.
We only celebrate vets one day. Okay. What else would I do? I mean, some of this stuff Trump's going to do, you know. I mean, I don't have to worry about how many different sexes there are anymore. That's handled.
Two genders.
I would definitely make war illegal. I mean, if it was me, dude, this is what I would do.
Yeah.
In that first day, I would be like, we're not fighting anybody. We're not spending one penny on one war anywhere, no matter what happens.
Right.
You guys can do anything you want to do for the next 8 years. We're going to take all those dollars and redirect them into the United States. So if you guys want to kill yourself, you want to pillage your neighbor, go do it. We're not going to get involved no matter what. Okay, we'll have a constitution thing like, we will not intervene on anyone for any reason, even the most heinous of things. And by the time you guys are done wasting your energy and resources, 8 years from now, you're going to look up and you're going to see a new country.
Yes.
And you're going to look back and say, that country is the envy of the world. 10 times.
Yes.
We would 10x America.
10x.
We wouldn't make America great again. We would 10x
That's right.
America.
That's right. I think we should give you that power.
I don't think it's up to you.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
I like it.
Yes. Okay, so I'm curious, in all of your investing career.
Is that a paddock?
No.
Okay.
It looks like it, huh?
Looks like a paddock.
No. What is the greatest ROI you've ever gotten on a single investment?
Man, I've had a couple of big scores. Like I bought this deal in 2012. It took $15 million to buy it. Wow. I borrowed. I sold my house to get most of the money. I had to sell my house to get this asset. I had to borrow $3 million. Friends, family, credit cards, took money out of my company. I put $15 million in the deal. I told my wife, I went and run to my wife. I said, I'm gonna make $20 million on this deal. That deal made me almost $200 million.
Wow.
Yeah, so I 10x. I 10x.
That's right.
See, I 10x. I told my wife I'm gonna do this, and boom, it just exploded. Not really. It had nothing to do with me. It was just the right timing.
What did it feel like when that money hit your account? What went through your head?
What did it feel like?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like anything.
You didn't feel like you'd slayed a dragon and just drank its blood?
No, I didn't. I said, how can I do 10 of those? All I did was say, how can I do 10 of those? How can I share? How can everybody in this room do 10 of those?
Yes.
How can all my friends do 10 of them?
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
we could all be doing well.
Yes, absolutely.
See, that's the thing about success, bro. You know, most people don't know this, but once you get success and then you repeat it and you do it again and again and again, then you really want to share it with other people. How do you even know me? How does a freaking Asian kid, 27 years old, know a 67-year-old white man?
The gift of the internet connects us all.
No. It's not that. It's not that.
Successful marketing.
No, because the content I put on the internet attracted a guy similar to what I believe in.
Yes.
Right? Because otherwise you could end up on a hub or OnlyFans or doing some goofy stuff, right? Instead, you found my material because I was educating you. I have about 160 million people a year see our information.
Yes.
I do business with 1%, about 150,000 people a year that I reach to.
Wow.
18,000 of those people we send money to every month through our real estate investment platform. And I believed when I started doing this 4 or 5 years ago, I said, I'm going to send millions of people every month a check. Tens of millions one day, okay? And then one day maybe I'll get involved in politics myself.
Wow.
And all my investors would vote for me.
Yeah, that's right.
I got Catholic, Protestants, Muslims, I got Baptists, I got everybody, like Christians, Jewish people, all invest with me, agnostic, atheists. I send them money every month.
Can you tell people why Papa's so good?
Because he's a millionaire and he knows Scientology.
Whoa, really? What does that have to do with anybody? You're just making stuff up. I help people, that's why. It's not because I'm a millionaire.
Because you know Scientology.
Yeah, Scientology has helped me a lot. She says because I studied Scientology. Okay, it's amazing actually. So since she brought it up, right, dude, Scientology is responsible for at least 90% of my success that I'm having today.
I say, hey, meet me here this weekend. They love me. These people pray for me. I have people praying for me in different languages.
Yes. I love that.
Take care of him.
Yes.
So I need your prayers, everybody. Keep me in the right direction. Give me a lot of energy.
I will pray for you too.
Please.
Absolutely. I'm curious on the opposite end, what was the worst investment you've ever made?
The worst investment I made was I saw this piece of technology. It was before the iPhone. And it was called, what was it called? It was a little pad that Apple made, a Newton. It was called a Newton.
What is Newton? Newton is digital. Newton is personal. Newton is magic. Newton is as powerful as a computer.
And I put we built the software, put it in this Newton. The only way we could distribute or sell that platform was with the Newton. Apple Computer was going broke, believe it or not. Bill Gates gave him a loan, said, hey, I'll lend you $150 million, but you got to kill the Newton.
Don't kill me.
And when they killed the Newton, my business was killed. Now, I sold the company before the Newton announcement, and I got out. I didn't lose any money, but it was a terrible investment.
Wow. You bounced back from that really well.
I mean, I just don't like losing money.
Oh, of course.
I let the government do that for me.
Yes.
Like all you guys, like you're listening to this right now, when you lose $1, do you understand you're just participating with other losses?
Yeah.
Like you're like, I've never lost money. I'm like, if you save money, you lost money.
Yes.
If you leave money in the bank, you lost money. If you gave money to your retirement account, your 401k, your IRA, your Roth program, you're losing money. You lost it the moment you sent it to them.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, those are inundated investment portfolios. There's much better assets.
Yeah, well, they're terrible investments. This is why I said the brainwashing doesn't have to
Yes.
happen by CIA. It's already happened by Bank of America has brainwashed you, Wells
Yes.
Fargo brainwash you, Vanguard brainwash you, Blackstone and BlackRock, Schwab brainwash you. These are $1 trillion. Just those 6 companies are probably $60 trillion.
Yeah.
And the American people think, oh, I'm going to be good when I retire because I got a Kia. You got nothing. You think you have something. You have nothing.
Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
Because you don't know what dollars will be worth tomorrow, and you don't know how much they'll tax you in the future. So we've been deluded, bro. We've been lied to. Okay? You understand you have been lied to.
Yes.
You have been miseducated.
Yes.
You are not financially illiterate. You are financially indoctrinated to believe that the Bank of America is a safe place, and it's not. Look at what the name of it is. Bank of America. Oh, they must be safe.
Right.
Okay? But the truth is your money's gone. You can't get it. I mean, look at the scam this is. I say, look, leave your money with me. When can I get it back? Only when we're open. 9 to 5, no weekends, no holidays. Okay? So it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. By the way, let me tell you that I'm going to take your money, I'm going to lend it out 10 times.
Right.
So like the $7 trillion they printed here in the last 6 years, that's not $7 trillion. Everybody
Yeah.
talks about $7 trillion. That's $70 trillion because it got dropped into a bank and then it got distributed around the world. By
Right.
the way, 2 people like me. They lend it to people like me. They say, hey, we got this dumb Asian 27-year-old kid that saved $100 grand. Mr. Cardone, would you like to use his money? I'd like you to send it my way.
I'm trying to be in your shoes one day.
Well, the first thing to do is, you got to get out of the unconsciousness.
I need to break out of the matrix.
Break out of the matrix.
All right. I'm working on it.
You will, dude. I believe in you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That helps me. I'll take my humble score of 1,000. I'll say I was actually at 100, but you've taken it to 110 today.
It's a 10%.
That's right.
Do that
there
every
we go.
day. Do
Yes,
that
sir.
every day.
Yes, sir. I could 10x it to 1,000, but yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, in your lifetime, what did your life look like at your worst? What was rock bottom?
The worst part of my life was 23 years old. Before that, I was 10. I lost my dad. That was horrible. I lost my brother when I was 20. My older brother, he was 25. I lost him at 20. But 23, bro, I was at the bottom of my life. I was broke. I had a drug addiction. I was hanging out with the wrong people. I had no self-respect, did not believe in myself. My self-esteem had been destroyed. I didn't have any friends. Any of my friends were bad people. I just gone, when you take a lot of energy like I have, and you put it on in the wrong place, it makes a mess. So, and then I started cleaning my life up when I was 25. But it was a nasty 9 years.
Wow.
Nasty, very nasty.
When would you say
You wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it out of it. Now you wouldn't have come back from this. It was that bad, bro.
I'm glad you did.
Like when you think you hit bottom, trust me, there's more bottoms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. When do you feel you broke out of that and entered the point where you would call yourself wealthy?
When I call myself wealthy, dude, there's been a lot of little places where I was like, when I cleaned up 28 days, I was like, wow, I'm wealthy.
Right.
I was broke, but
Spiritually wealthy.
yeah, well, no, I was recovering.
Yes.
I had started to have some confidence in myself, but I
Yes.
didn't have any competence.
Right.
I had confidence, bro, but I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I didn't have direction. You know, probably the peak for me was like, I don't know, dude. There's been so many different levels.
Sure.
You know, there's there's levels. There's not a place.
Absolutely. Okay, so I want to get a little philosophical, a little weird. Let's say you could jump in a time machine right now and go back to any point in the future or the past. Where would you want to go and for what reason?
I'd probably want to go back to the days of Alexander the Great.
Wow.
I'd like to have rolled with him. or the Attila the Hun. I think we're all like 1/8.
Yeah.
Which one is it that we're 1/8 of?
Oh,
is that
Genghis Khan?
Genghis? Yeah, I would love to roll with that dude.
Yeah.
I'm a savage.
Want to tweak your Genghis Khan?
So anybody that was like, you know, I love savage. I like a beast. You know.
Yeah.
Like I like that. Like 16 years old, Alexander the Great. A lot of people don't know this story, but his dad was the most famous general in the world. And when he died, he was assassinated. The kid took over. He was 16 or 17 years old, leading men that were 40. Like, that's gangster, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he would become so famous that people don't even remember his dad's name.
Right.
So that's gangster.
Right. Okay.
So maybe out of this interview, you will do so much great things in life that people will remember you and forget me.
Wow.
See, that would be cool.
Wow. I appreciate that. I want to know what your thoughts are on secret societies and how do I join?
Well, I don't know any secret societies, so I can't help you with that. And I don't know why they would want you to join.
That's fair.
So
I'll offer them some good jokes. I've read some Plato. Could crunch some numbers.
okay.
IQ.
What
got a few things to
what do you
offer.
think your IQ is?
I've had a proctored exam.
So what is that?
I'll tell you.
Come on, man.
I'll show you the results.
Really? Yeah. Wow, I just
We'll
want
talk,
to
we'll
touch
talk.
you. I just want to touch that.
So,
You know the thing about IQ, right? Like, what do you call IQ? What do you
intelligence quotient.
Yeah, the ability to what?
Well, it has a lot to do with spatial reasoning. It has a lot to do with mathematical reasoning, but it also has to do with pattern recognition. Because there's two different branches of IQ where you have crystal intelligence.
Now does IQ measure the ability to manage priorities?
Oh, not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, many people with high IQ can have high neuroticism.
Yeah.
You have to be like gifted with a lottery of biological blessings to
Yeah.
be able to have like the genetic predisposition
Yeah.
to be effective and genius.
Yeah. I agree with that because I don't consider myself a genius, but I think my IQ on the ability to prioritize it's a street thing. It's not a
Sure.
book thing. It's a street thing. It's like I don't care about bang. This is the only thing that matters. Typically, what happens, my team will bring me all this stuff and data, particularly in negotiations. When you're negotiating, you have to know what the real problem is. It's never what they're saying.
Sure.
And if you can find the real problem and pull that thread, dude, bang, you can solve the whole deal. So you have a that's
Yes.
crazy, bro. God dang. Okay. I don't even know if I'd want to be that smart. I
It
mean,
can be
what's it
painful.
like being by yourself at night, going to sleep?
I actually stay up late some nights thinking about the problem of infinite regression, where I'm trying to figure out the origin of the universe and why we exist as opposed to not
Oh, I
exist.
mean, I know that.
How does something come
I know
from
all
nothing?
that stuff.
What's the answer?
Has nothing
Where do
to
we
do-
come from?
I know that.
Okay, we'll talk about that off camera.
Okay.
I got some exclusives.
Scientology has helped me a lot.
Yeah, so I want to ask you one more thing before we close. If you could offer one message to the entire world, it'd be like V for Vendetta when he hijacks all the TVs.
Yeah.
And you can just say one thing to everyone. They're going to stop and listen. What would it be?
I would say to everyone, be great, nothing else pays.
That's right.
Everything below that will leave you with a disappointment. Anything below greatness.
Yes.
And by the way, when you hit great, you're going to see another level, because you can't see great from where you are. You're going to see it get there and then be like, oh, there's peak.
Right.
Now that I met you today and spent time with you, I see another level.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's been a privilege to have you.
Thank you.